In this video, we will look into the new factory methods which were introduced as part of Java 9 for collections. Pre-Java 9, creating unmodifiable collections, you have to call one of the method which is unmodifiable. So in this case, for example, I have a list of names is equal to new array list, and I added the names. And then when I want to make this list unmodifiable, then I have to call this collections.unmodifiable list and names. This is not very intuitive, because you need to remember that there is a method which exists inside collections in order to make this unmodifiable. So Java 9 introduced a method of, through which you can create unmodifiable list, set and map. For example, to create a list of names which is of unmodifiable type, then you can do list.of Syed, Mike and Jenny. So this will create a list of unmodifiable elements. Factory methods of for set is, you can call set.of Syed, Mike and Jenny, and it will create a set of unmodifiable elements of names. And the factory method of for map is, you call map.of and then key value pair. So grade 1 Syed, key is grade 1 and value is Syed. Null pointer exception is thrown. For example, if you provide an element which is of null type, then it will throw a null pointer exception. Illegal argument exception is thrown for duplicate items in set or map. For example, in this case, you have set.of Syed, and then if you have duplicate items, then it will throw illegal argument exception. Unsupported operation exception is thrown if you modify the list. For example, in this case, I have a list of name which is Syed, Mike, Jenny, and then if I want to add another name, then it will throw unsupported operation exception. The exceptions which are thrown are very clear in where the error is. Like for example, if you have duplicate element, then it will tell you that you have duplicate elements, and that's why the exception is thrown. Now let's look into some of the examples in IntelliJ. Now let's create some examples for the factory methods. In order to create them, let's create a new package, and the name of the package is factory methods. Inside the factory method, we'll create a new class, and the class name is factory methods example. Now let's create public static void main. Inside public static void main, let me show you how we used to create it before. We used to create unmodifiable able list pre Java 9. So create a list of a string and names is equal to new array list and names dot add and Syed names dot add Mike names dot add Jenny. And afterwards you have to do names is equal to collections dot unmodifiable list and names. Now let's print out names. So in this case, system or south p, and it will print out names. Let's run this. So it will print names Syed, Mike and Jenny. Now let's try to add names.add and Jean, and let's run this. So it basically throwing java.language or unsupported operation exception. Let's remove this, and now let's create using factory methods of Java 9. So list of a string names is equal to list.off, and here we provide the names Syed, Mike, and Jenny. Let me make this names of 2. And this will create list of unmodifiable elements. Now if I wanna, now let's print it out. So South B. Now let's create a set. So set of a string, and then set is equal to set.off and Syed, Mike, and Jenny. And hash map or map of a string and a string map is equal to map.off key and value, so in this case grade 1, Syed, grade 2, Mike, and let's print out the map and also print out the set. Let's run this. So you can see that printed out the set and map. So it created a list of unmodifiable elements, set of unmodified element, and map of unmodifiable elements. Now let's try to modify the list. So names.add, names2.add, and here in this case Gene. Now let's run this. You can see that unsupported operation exception, immutable collection. So let's comment this out and let's try the second case where we'll be providing the same number of we'll be providing duplicates in set. So set is equal to set.off, and here Syed, and again Syed, and then Mike. Now let's run this. So you can see that illegal argument exception is thrown because you're providing a duplicate value. Now let's comment this out and let's try names.sort. So in this case we are just sorting the names. Sort and comparator dot natural order. Now let's run this example. So here you got the unsupported operation exception. So you cannot add elements to the list, you cannot even modify the order of the list. So list is immutable, so you cannot change anything. It is as it is. Once it is created, it's immutable, you cannot change it.